Okay, let's get ready to work with a file that is too big to import into Canvas Workspace. So what I'll do is I'll open up my the program. I will try and import the file, a file that we want to work with. It is a spider lazy bag. We'll open that up and let's see what happens. Okay, it's too large, we can't bring it in, but there is a way of working around that. What we need to do is actually work through Light Burn, the program Light Burn, which is this program here. See, I'll just make it fit to the screen. This is a program we're going to work with. So first of all, I will show you what we will be working with, what file. So this is the great pattern that I've done before, and it is really good. So this pattern is by Adam from Tree House Patterns in the UK. So you can purchase this pattern online as a DXF file, laser cut, or a PDF file. So I've got that DXF file, which is what we're going to work with. I will put a link in the description area where you can actually click on and purchase this pattern to have a go at it yourself. And do look at the link on the description area to purchase the pattern if you would like to make this awesome bag. So I'll close that now and we will open Light Burn because that's the program we need. Now with Light Burn, I have made the pad here the size of my longest mat. That way when I'm putting the pieces on here, I know they're going to fit. They're not going to shrink. So what I did to do that was I went to Edit, Device Settings, and then I made it 300 by 600, which is approximately 12 inches by 24 inches. It might be slightly smaller, so I'm pretty safe if it's slightly smaller. But that's how I did that, so that when I'm moving the pattern pieces around and exporting them, I know they're going to fit onto my mats, either the small mat or the bigger mat. So let's bring in the file. We want to open, okay, it is, we come down here and it's a DXF file, so there it is there, spider bag laser. We will open that up and these are the pieces. So basically what I do is I go around, first thing that I do is I go around and I delete these little arrows. We don't need those little arrows, they're not what you don't want them cut out. Let's have a look, let's cut that one out. And there's one here and here. Make sure they are all gone. Okay, here's one right here. So those are gone. Right, so what we want to do is fill up the mat as much as we can without putting too many cuts in it, because I know that too many cuts, it'll still say it can't import it. Oh look, I just found some more arrows. Let's get rid of those. Right, we can always see them on the printed pattern. So we want to go right up to the top here. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing these pieces with the arrow and you click on here, you see that little thing there, and then you can move them to the side. So what I'm going to do is bring the handles in. I will actually do the handles on this. I didn't do it on my other one. I have made this fantastic bag before. So we move them over here, the handles. This one here, see how it's got the curve around here? That means you can go like that. Turn it round and move it here. See how it's got a circle and 4 lines on it where the mouse is? Put your right mouse button down and drag it up here. You can put it reasonably close. You want a little bit of distance if you want things different colours. So if this is the part that's under the bag and these are the parts that the zip get attached to, and the handles. If you wanted the handles a different colour to say these pieces, then you'd have a bit of distance around, so you could put say red leather there and blue leather there and maybe green leather here. That's if you want to do that. So what we'll do is we'll also put these up, because I'm actually going to do this bag all one colour. Now this here is normally out of fur fabric, So you can either delete that or you can put it down here. Personally, I wouldn't cut fur fabric on my scan and cut machine, but maybe I might do it in a fabric rather than a fur, just to give the bag a different look. So I'm going to put that there. Now these pieces here, I'm going to bring them out. I'll tell you why. Bring them out, and I'm going to put that there. Actually, I'll bring that up here because I want this to be a different colour, which I can, so I want these here to be. So I'll grab those and we'll bring them. Can they fit? They can fit in there nicely, so I've got those. I might actually undo that, and I might actually move them, that there, and then move that there, and this one, and here. That way I can move this. I'm just wanting to give myself enough space for the fabric. There we go, so that can go there. So that will be all one colour of leather, and I'd make sure that it just goes to there. So I mean, when we open it up in the next program, we can still fiddle around with it a bit, which is really good. Okay, so now what I do, the pieces that I aren't going to get onto that board, I'm actually going to select those and go delete. Then these, I go File, Export, not Save As or anything like that, Export. Keeps it as a DXF file, so I'll call this File 1. Save. Okay, so now we've got that. So all I do is I go Undo. I delete all of that because we've done them. Now these ones here, the reason I took the D-ring holders out of this is because this is going to cut a beautiful round hole. 2 beautiful round holes. So I keep those bits of leather and glue them on the inside to hide that stitching, so that when the outside bit and the bit with the zip gets stitched around there, you end up with a nice clean inside to your bag. That's, to me, that's just a good way of saving fabric. So what I might do is actually bring these ones over first, so I'm doing the same ones all the time. We'll move that like that, and up here, like that. Now to save leather, you can either bring this up like here, or you can bring it down here, depending on the size of the piece of leather you have for this piece. That saves a big bit. To me, you actually save more leather or less waste if you bring it down. That's just my opinion. So we've got those, so we'll just delete these ones, and then we will go File, Export. We'll call this File 2. Okay, then we go Undo, brings back the other 2 pieces that we want to do. So let's delete those because we've done those ones, and these ones here. Oops, I'm not sure if I grabbed all of that. I always like to make sure, double check. And we'll do the same with that too, turning it round like that. And we'll bring that over here. And I'm going to bring that right down to the bottom. I will use 2 bits of leather rather than 1 big bit. Right, done. Okay, so what we'll do, we go File, Export again. And we'll call this File 3. We'll go Save. Right, okay. So I'll just minimize that program just in case we need to open it again. So here is my Canvas Workspace page. We will put the biggest size map because I'm using the biggest size map, but even if I wasn't, I still like to start with the biggest size map. So we go SVG, we bring in, choose, so this is where we can bring in the SVG, DXF, FCM file, all different files, we can bring them in here. So we'll choose a file, we'll go to the first one, so File 1, we'll open that and see if it's got too much cutting. Sometimes it says the file's too big. Nope, worked perfectly. And there we go. So you can see those pieces, they've come out nicely spaced apart as well. I put them further apart if you're doing different colors, definitely. So see, it's all got the dots. To move it in this program, you go edit, group, there comes one file, then you can move it to where you want. So I'm going to move it closest to the bottom because I want as much space as possible for the fabric. Just see how far up here. See, I think that's all good. Everything's moved nicely in space. So now I can save that as a Canvas Workspace file ready for my ScanNcut. So I go download. Too many shapes, so I have to delete something. So sometimes there are too many shapes. I have no idea what the size is, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that one and see if it'll let me do that many. So we'll go download. Still has too many shapes. Please delete some shapes. So what I'll do is I'll go undo. I will keep my spider there for the fabric. So what I might do is I'll get a smaller view on it so I can see what ones I would like to delete. Might be the zipper. I'll get rid of these zipper bits. Okay. Right. So we will go download. A file can only be a certain size for it to work on this program. So it's a matter of working out the holes. We'll go back and we'll make sure those zipper things are added to another file. So now you want to save it to the computer. You can send it directly to your ScanNcut, but I always like a copy on my computer as well. So I save to my computer. Done. So we'll close that. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll delete this one. I'll delete all of it actually. Okay, so now let's enter in the file 2, the second file that we did. Let's try this one. Open that one. Okay, so we can probably, let's see if we can, that one there, let's just go group it. It's just easier to move if we need to, if it's grouped. And we will group this one. Right, so we might just move that one there. Okay, so what I might do is actually grab these and just put them over here for a minute, because otherwise when I import the other file to get the zipper parts, it'll go on top and then it's really hard to move them. So we want the first file. Okay, so we want to delete these, that, right, so I will group that, makes it easier for moving. Then I can find a place for it, group that and move that out the way. And I'm actually going to keep this and see if I can put it on here, because I deleted it from the other one. So we'll group that as well, and I'll just move that over here. So what I'll do is I'll move this one here. And this one here. I could possibly even bring that one like that. Probably can't put that on here. It doesn't look, unless I go like this, I might be able to put it in there. Let's have a look if we can get this here. That one like that. So you turn it around and I can bring that down here. And that, turn it, and bring that down here. Unless, of course, because I want to get that on. So actually, it really pays to play around if you've got the time. Right, so I can put that there. That fits nicely there. That fits nicely there. Can that? No. Yeah. That. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just fantastic? I like that when it works out. That can go there. And that can go there. This one can go there. And I wonder if I can turn that round. Do all this work and it'll probably say the file's too big. That doesn't fit in there. So if I bring that down slightly, bring that, put that in there. Then put that there. Have we got room? Not really. Not really. So I think I might be able to do it better. Let's see. Fit all around. It's really worth it. Right. So what I might do is move that out of the way. This one can go here. And this one, yes, I can fit that there, and I have the measurement. I can get a piece of fabric down there. Nice. Might need to be just a little bit taller, a bit higher. There we go. Right, so that looks like it just can come down a bit. Right, and that all fits. Let's see if that file is the correct size. So we go download. Downloading. The project cannot be down. Some shapes error. Okay, so I do have to take some off. So I think I will take that off and move this down so it's a little bit easier. I might just play around with it a bit more. I put that there, that there. This one can go up here. Might as well make use of the space I have. Right, it's a pretty big bit of leather. Sometimes you can spend hours if you don't want to waste any leather. And you know, none of us really want to waste our leather. So there is a little bit of wastage there, but at least I can see now that I can, yeah, that fits nicely. Let's see if that works. Download. Oh, that worked well. To the computer. And close that one. So we've done the two. We still haven't got my spider on there. So what we'll do is we will select, we'll just delete these. Okay, so now let's just import and save our last file, the number 3. File number 3. File number 3. Let's find that one. Okay, so we will group them. I just think they save better when they are grouped. Less memory for them to hold. Group. Okay, so those are perfect. Let's go download. And that's all our pieces done. Now that says that some pieces are going to be cut off because they're too small. I've never found any of my cutting points to be cut out. There must be something hidden, I'm not sure, but I've never found anything to be missing yet. So I'll close that. Right, we will go and have a look at the downloads where I've got the files. Right, here we go. Here are the files in the backup. These are the files that we created with Light Burn. And these are the ones that we've done on the Canvas Workspace. Where did that go? Goodness. Here it is, on the Canvas Workspace program. So these are the ones we want to save to our USB stick, and then we can cut them out. So you can just copy and paste to your USB stick or however you normally work it, but they are ready to cut out. So my next video will be on watching it cut out, the finished process, what leather I'll be using, and maybe even a video on me stitching it up and showing you the finished pieces. But yes, thanks for watching.